Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is Charles Sabansi. My handle is CTABANZ. You want to follow the channel, Instagram, same name as the channel, Dreamers Pro. And if you want today's full show before it comes out on YouTube, it is streaming for free on the Dreamers Pro podcast. So today, finally, we're going to be talking about the Clippers. We've been getting a lot of comments. Bunch of people asking us, talk about the Clippers, talk about the Clippers. Enough about the Lakers, talk about the Clippers, talk about the Clippers. And, with different things happening, I haven't got an opportunity to talk about them. I haven't had a chance to watch all of the games. For example, the last game that they played against Oklahoma City Thunder, I did not watch that game because I don't have the time right now to watch those games, given the time difference. I'm currently in the United Kingdom, so there's a time difference there, but we're going to sort all of that out in the near future when I'm back in the States next year. So, but nevertheless, I didn't watch the game, but I have been following the team. I have been seeing some of their games. Now, the Clippers have been the hottest team in the new year. They've been beating everybody, right? They've been beating everybody, and they finally found a way to gel. That's the first thing. The second thing, we got to talk about James Harden. James Harden for the Clippers has been, he has been absolutely spectacular. I was one of the people that was very, very critical of him when they first got him. I didn't like the comments that he made about I'm a system and all of that. I didn't like that. It didn't sit well with me. And I'm going to admit it publicly to you guys that I've been 100% wrong. 100% wrong. Ever since Russell Westbrook went to the bench, James Harden, I personally believe, is the difference maker in this team. He gives them something that they never had. For whatever reason, Harden presents such a problem for opposing defenses to deal with his ability to stretch the floor, his pick and roll offense, the way he just manipulates defenses, especially when he gets his man rolling and he gets them into that jeopardy area where they don't know if the big is going to slip to the basket or he's going to lob it up or he's going to go for the layup. He's very, very hard to guard. And what is happening is that he has made their offense that much more potent by also being somebody else that can space the floor, but then providing an entirely different element to what the Clippers are doing. And then when you bring Russell Westbrook off the bench, they've become a totally different team because all of a sudden their pace quickens, right? Their pace changes. And when you have a guy like James Harden playing with guys like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, knockdown shooters who can absolutely space the floor, who don't need to play, who don't need to be effective with the ball in their hand, great catch and shoot players. Paul George can do it. Kawhi Leonard could do it. You have a recipe for disaster for the rest of the NBA. And that's exactly what we've been seeing. And the irony is, no one is talking about it. ESPN, FS1, no one is talking about the Clippers. And today, I said I want to delve into some of the numbers and really kind of get into why I think this team is going to continue to dominate all the way to the playoffs. But before we even get into that, this video is brought to you by our brand new sponsor, Prize Picks, the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. Prize Picks is really simple. Instead of just selecting a team, you just select two or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and then you place your entry. For example, this week, I'm selecting two entries. Stephen Curry for more than 25 points, and then I got Anthony Davis for more than 2 blocks and Damian Lillard for more than 4 3-pointers made. Prize Picks is also the only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So for example, if you have a player who gets injured in the first half and doesn't return to the second half, that player gets automatically rebooted. What I also love about Prize Picks is that it offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesdays. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. And once again, once you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So let's get into some of the stats here and some of the data here. I mentioned James Harden. James Harden for the Clippers is averaging 16.9 points per game on 45% shooting from the field. But get this, 42% from the three-point line while shooting 87%. So if you follow him, he's going to make his free throws, something Russell Westbrook could not do. And he could not shoot such a high percentage from the three-point line. But get this, With the Clippers, he is averaging 4.6 rebounds and 8.4 assists with only 2.7 turnovers, which is the lowest he has averaged, get this, since probably his 3rd season in the NBA. James Harden is averaging the lowest amount of turnovers per game since his 3rd season in the NBA. Now, some people say maybe his usage is not the same. I don't care. To be assisting the ball that much and then only having 2.7 turnovers, that's fantastic. I'll live with it. His defense is also improved. He's getting you 0.9 blocks per game. While he's on the floor, his plus minus is 6.1, and he's getting you 1.2 steals per game. And if you watch him play, you can see that he's definitely picking up his defense, especially with his lateral movement. He's definitely been picking it up. If we look at Paul George, who last night went off again and just had a fantastic outing, he's scoring 24 points per game on 46.8% shooting 42% from the field. 42%. Let me just give you guys some data quickly. You now have 2 guys in the starting lineup that are shooting over 40% from the 3. They did not have that with Russell Westbrook. You have that with James Harden and Paul George. James Harden is also shooting 91% from the, Paul George, 91% from the free throw line, while getting you 5.5 rebounds a game, 3.7 assists, only 2 turnovers, and 1.6 steals. Right? Paul George has been active and engaged this season. If we look at Kawhi Leonard, he's getting you 23.8, 24 points per game. Get this, on 52% shooting, while shooting 44% from the field, 87% from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.6 turnovers, and 1.7 steals and 0.8 blocks. Now, if you watch the Clippers play, you'll know something. Some people say, oh, that's all Kawhi Leonard averages, 24 points per game. If you watch the Clippers, you will know that Kawhi Leonard gets doubled all game long. They double Kawhi all game long. Opposing defenses are like, we'll let everybody else beat us. We're not going to let Kawhi beat it. It's been a while since I've seen a player double that. Every team doubles Kawhi Leonard from start to finish. From start to finish. But the problem is you still have other guys like Paul George and James Harden in the starting lineup. Then you got guys coming off the bench like Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann, he's the starting line. You have what's his name? Powell. Let me get the roster right. I can't even remember his name right now. Oh my God, I can't even remember his name. Powell. I can't remember his name, but anyway, he comes off the Norman Powell. Norman Powell, who's one of the candidates for 6th Man of the Year. He comes in. He's a spark plug, and they have so much offense, and they're so talented, and they're so deep as a team. That if you're not going to double Kawhi Leonard, you're going to have to deal with those guys. And the minute one of them get hot, one of those other guys get hot, Kawhi is going to get loose. And Kawhi is shooting 52% on his opportunities, which means that he's making the most out of his opportunities. So that's another aspect. If we look at them from an overall standpoint, the Clippers right now, their offensive rating is number 16 in the NBA, while their defensive rating is 18th. Now, some people say, well, that's not, well, I don't understand. Then how is this team so good? I mean, I don't quite get it. The reason is this: the Clippers are beating teams right now with an average of 5.6 points per game. That's the average. The Clippers are scoring 117.6 points per game while giving up 112. 112 is not a fantastic number, but if you're going to be beating teams by 5.5 points, 5.6 points per game, you're going to be pretty damn good. And that's what the Clippers are doing right now. They have the most lethal offense in the NBA. I don't care what their offensive rating says. They have an extremely potent offense. And if we look at the Western Conference standings right now, the Clippers currently sit at the 4th spot. They're tied for losses with the Nuggets at only 14. So the Clippers have an opportunity to move up in the standings. I think they can get all the way up to number 2 if they continue to play well, which is good for them because it's going to give them home court advantage. They don't need to exert themselves the way that they did last season to try to ensure that they miss out on the play-in tournament. To me, I don't want to get too hype. I don't want to get too hype about them. Like, oh, they're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to do well. I just want to kind of monitor the team, see how they're doing, and then just keep quiet and see how they roll into the playoff. But if they're healthy and you have this much offense and you have a coach like that in Tyronn Lue, I think they're going to be deadly. And I think that I think that people should be talking about them more, and they're not going to. But it's going to get to the point, if they continue to win, they're going to be forced to talk about them. So these are my thoughts. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about today's show? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.